Welcome back to my electrical harness, well, what should we call it? I don't know. Anyway, here's a short one. It's not finished yet, but I want to keep you updated that something is going on here. So let me show you what I've done so far. So I cleaned up this harness, the one that goes in the engine compartment. So there's a lot of, all the brown ones, they're grounds. I cut all the grounds because they were all kind of tied together in a, it's like this, all the grounds were tied together like this, and the wires were crossing each other and you couldn't get any, you couldn't straighten it out. So all the grounds, I've cut all the grounds. This is part of it. These were attached to the body, so I saved those. So now, and I've cleaned it up with brake cleaner and some T-red. So I'm gonna kind of bundle this together and mark it. So, and then we'll start with the next one. So this is the 850 engine harness, or half of it, because this is the connector for the PCM, ECU, whatever you want to call it, and this is just half of it. There's another half too. But this is the one, the main harness in the engine room, engine compartment. And for you guys that follow me on my videos and watched all my videos, the whole thing, not just 2 minutes, you know that I would like to get the PCM ECU inside the car, on the passenger side footwell. And normally on the 850 it sits in this corner here, and I don't have room for it there, so I want it inside the car. But the wires are not long enough for that. So on the 850, like I showed you, the PCM sits in this corner here, the right side corner just behind the headlight. And this harness, it goes under the radiator by the front subframe, and then it comes up to the engine. These are the injectors, harness, the injector connectors. And when it sits under the radiator in the front there, you got oil leak from the engine, and you got debris and dirt from the road, and it collects a lot of, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but this is really oily and sandy. And I have done, in my 20 plus years as a auto technician, I've done a lot of repairs on the 850 wire harness right here under the radiator. The wires, they get brittle and they break, or they rub against each other and they rub a hole in it and then they short out. So I was planning of rerouting this like on top of the engine instead, and we'll see how that goes. That's why I marked the injector harness with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I know for a fact that they have in the PCM, they have dedicated connectors for the different injectors. So I don't know what it does inside it with the electronic. So I don't want to switch them. I don't want to put them on the wrong place in case the PCM have some kind of software that fires the injectors in different orders. So that's why I marked them. Because if I'm going to turn this around, these injector harness usually, okay, let me see, we can do on this one maybe. Okay, so this is how the intake manifold sits in the car. So that's the front. This is on top of the radiator for the radiator fan relays. They sit on top of the radiator, so you guys understand that the radiator is in front here. So this is the intake, these are the injectors. So it goes like this, and the harness comes around here and goes down under the radiator. But I want them to go this way. From number 5, injector number 5, to the right side against the fender well, the inner fender, and then up through the hole and down in by the passenger footwell. So that means that, like, this injector wire, I can't just flip this over, because then number 1 is going to be on the number 5. So I gotta take everything apart here and do them wire by wire in that direction. So, and the same with all this, like these two there for the O2 sensors, they sit down by the transmission, way down there, so they have to come up and go on top of the engine. I don't know how it's gonna be with the heat. I think I'm gonna put all this wire harness in some heat protective shielding or loom or something. But that's a later problem. Anyway, I want the whole harness instead of going down here. Instead of going down under the radiator, collecting a lot of dirt and oil leaks and stuff, coolant leaks, I want them to go on top of the engine. Top of the engine, over to the inner fender, firewall, and inside the car. So I didn't film anything when I stripped this harness from all the wire loom and electric tape. This is not as sticky as the 460, because this one used a lot of loom, wire loom, instead of electric tape, which makes it a lot easier. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to start get out what I need from the PCM here, what I can keep and what I can remove. And also, this is the boost control solenoid, and it sits up here on top of the radiator. And that one I can move now, because I want that closer to the turbo. Because I want as short as possible hoses between the solenoid and the wastegate. Keeps it, I imagine you get a quicker response. I don't know, just imagination, my imagination maybe. But anyway, I'm gonna start marking up all the wires, what I have to keep and what I can remove, stuff like that. So this was just a little update. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.